Speaking of infections, Callisto Protocol, that's a bust of a game.
Yeah,
We'll
so
keep this short because I want to get to the Overwatch 2 and the free to play model stuff that we wanted to talk about.
I'll
Are
keep
we
this
still
real short
doing?
because we already have info out there about Callisto.
Right. The one thing that I saw is that Callisto, like the developers of Callisto Protocol and the publishers, expected to sell 5 million copies of the game.
So let me tell you the irony of that, Adam. Originally, when Dead Space 3 launched, it was a huge, it was a controversy around Dead Space 3 because EA shipped that game out to die and to kill the series. And the reason they did that is because when in 2015 or something like that, they did like a press article where they said if Dead Space 3 doesn't sell 5 million copies, we're killing the franchise. We're not making any more Dead Space games. So, and that happened. It didn't sell 5 million because the hype wasn't there. The reviews kind of were all over the place. But also, like, that's a ridiculous ultimatum to keep your developers at. And so this new game drops with the same Dead Space devs that used to work for that team. They have the same kind of, like, not ultimatum, I'm sure they're not laying them off because of it, but they gave them the same fucking goal or like finish line with a non-established franchise. So the game sells 2 million copies and the game had $160 million budget. That is an insane amount. Okay. I think Red Dead 2 had like a $300 million budget or something like that. So that just kind of puts it into perspective. And this is the Red Dead versus this, which has never been established as a series before. Like, you can't expect to put that kind of money into a new game and then expect to get 5 million people to just suddenly want to play it, especially a niche horror action game. Come on now. So it doesn't sell 5 million copies, and now they aren't even breaking even with their brand new Callisto Protocol game, which they're going to try and make a sequel for probably, and they've already lost the hype around it. So what I wanted to say was there's just a lot of irony in that they wanted to sell 5 million copies, and then those same devs who went through that shit fucking almost a decade ago Lily had to do it again with this game. It's really sad, honestly.
It is very sad. But that's what happens when you give the reins to an entire new IP that's supposed to be the new bringing of the Dead Space type of horror.
Yeah.
You give that to an art team. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll learn from this and move on.
What's next?